Foreign temperance is the high mastery of voluntarily resisting instead of reacting. It is the art of making conscious decisions instead of impulsive ones. As the Stoic state, temperance is one of the four essential virtues alongside wisdom, justice and courage. It involves self-control and moderation, recognizing our limits and not letting our passions dominate us. It is the ability to remain calm in the face of challenges and respond in a balanced and measured way. In short, temperance is in a balance, the moderation that permeates all aspects of life. This virtue is of great importance as it is key to our ability to make good decisions, especially under pressure, to maintain serenity and mental clarity, and to effectively solve problems. If you are often controlled by your emotions, whether it's anger or enthusiasm, you face a serious issue of self-control, which is precisely why we turn to Stoicism to overcome this challenge. In this video I want to be practical and dire. I will present 10 practical ways to apply the essential historical principles to cultivate temperance as one of your virtues. First, avoid being led by desires. True freedom doesn't come from excessive desires but from control over them. Stoics believed that constant craving for pleasure and fear of pain make us prisoners, enslaved by our passions rather than having control over ourselves. The key here is to make decisions based on what is genuinely beneficial in the long run rather than giving in to instant pleasures. The practice of delaying gratification can be a great start. In point, setting long-term goals and breaking them down into steps is an effective method to direct your actions instead of seeking immediate rewards. Remember, the journey is as important as the destination. If we apply this to any goal, we will see a more fulfilling life unfolding before us. Continue learning and growing. Philosophy doesn't promise anything external to humans. The way to achieve temperance through Stoicism is through constant learning and personal growth. Stoics believe that the path to virtue and wisdom is a continuous journey. We often make the mistake of embarking on the path thinking about the destination and reward when the reward should be the path itself. You can incorporate this principle into your life by dedicating time every day to learn something new or reflect on your experiences and what you can learn from them. This can not only help you grow as a person but also provide a broader perspective to deal with life's challenges with greater balance and tranquility. Take a moment every day to recognize and be thankful for the things you have. It can be as simple as having a place to live, food on the table, or loved ones by your side. Keeping a gratitude journal can be a valuable tool for this practice. Write down 3 things you are grateful for each day. You can also take a walk in nature and consciously appreciate your surroundings. Develop a mindset of contentment by recognizing that what you have is already enough to bring happiness. Practicing gratitude meditation can be a powerful way to cultivate appreciation in your daily life. Moving on from the previous point, direct your mind towards gratitude and let go of the demand that everything happens according to your will. Learn to accept situations as they unfold and find happiness in the way things are. Gratitude for the Stoics is both a perspective and an active practice. It empowers us to focus on the positive rather than fixate on the negative. Remember to express your gratitude in tangible ways like saying thank you more often, write in thank you notes to those who have done something special for you, or simply taking a moment to appreciate the beauty of the world around you. Especially distance yourself from people who pollute your sense of gratitude. Avoid those who spread negativity and complaints. Appreciate what you have, for true wealth lies more in enjoying what you have than in desiring what you don't. The Stoics valued simplicity and moderation. By cultivating gratitude for what we already have rather than constantly desiring more, develop the ability to deal with challenges. As Seneca taught us, difficulty that is awakened genius. Historical teachings remind us that obstacles and setbacks are opportunities for learning and growth. Developing resilience is an effective way to incorporate this concept into your life. This involves facing difficulties with serenity and balance, viewing setbacks as chances for improvement rather than personal failures. Developing problem-solving skills and embracing a mindset of progress are also part of this process. As you realize you can learn and evolve from mistakes and challenges, adopt a growth-oriented mindset to face setbacks as opportunities to mature and learn. Practice resilience by cultivating skills and strategies that help you overcome adversities. Live in the present. Remember that you don't perceive reality as it is but as you are. An important aspect of Stoicism is the idea of living in the present. Truly believe your happiness depends on how popular you are. If you live like that, you'll be in constant conflict as your happiness isn't in your hands. Therefore you'll live in a constant state of tension, changing your essence not to lose status. One of the main points of Stoicism is to see a Worry only about what is under your control and become imperturbable regarding what isn't. Regarding insults, remember that nobody can hurt you unless you allow it. If someone harms you or speaks ill of you, remember that they act believing that they are right to do so. It's not possible for everyone to act according to what you consider right, but it doesn't seem right to them. So if someone judges you based on a false appearance, it's them who harm themselves with their mistake. Therefore tolerate the person who insults you with patience and repeat to yourself, that's just what Hey, think. Number 4. Exercise high control for an insult to turn into an offense. As Epictetus said, we must have the same respect for our mind as we do for our body. I'm sure you wouldn't allow a stranger to enter your house every day knowing the threat that would pose, yet when we receive an insult and process it as an offense, we allow that person to enter our mind and stay there for a few days, because then we allow strangers into our mind when we would never let them into our homes, to achieve a state where we ignore the negative feelings arising from an offense. Discipline and self-control must be accumulated. Apply this to all situations in life, including with family. When you're angry, control that emotion, as it will prevent much unnecessary suffering and make you feel more at ease with yourself. Believe me, this will make a significant change in your life. Number 5. Act according to your best judgment. We shouldn't be ashamed of being seen acting according to our principles, even if others may form a wrong idea of what we're doing. If we're acting correctly, why fear others' wrong judgment? This also applies to the use of social media, where we often allow our happiness to depend on popularity or validation from others. This leads us to act to please them instead of following our own path. Number 6. Don't worry if someone speaks ill of you. If someone harms you or speaks ill of you, remember that they act assuming they are right to do so. But it's not possible to think that everyone would act according to what seems right to you but not to them. Therefore, if they are judging from a false appearance, it's them who harm themselves with their mistake. Based on these principles, tolerate the person who judges you with patience, and on each of these occasions tell yourself. Number 7. No one can hurt you. Through this 7th principle, we analyze the motivation of the sender of the insult, and what it tells us is that we can't expect everyone to act according to what you consider right or according to your worldview. His way of thinking can be very harmful. We should consider the following reflection: is it really viable to believe that everyone has the same worldview as you? Thinking like this is quite naive. Therefore, if someone insults you believing they know the truth about you, deeply consider the following. You know who you are, you know what you think, you know why you act and why you do what you do. The only knower of the truth about you is yourself. So in the case of a stranger insulting you in some way, you must ask yourself the following: did I act wrongly? If the answer is no, ask yourself, can I enter their mind and understand the reason for the insult? It's evident that you can't. Therefore, in the case of having acted correctly and facing ignorance about the motivation of the insult, you should be content, as you are the person in the world who knows yourself best. In the case of having acted correctly, you shouldn't carry the burden of regret, as Epictetus said regarding the person who insults you. That's how it seemed to them. To conclude, I would like to end with the following lesson from Epictetus: how much long do you think you'll delay becoming worthy of the highest progress and following the teachings of reason? You have already received the philosophical principles with which you should be familiar. What other master are you waiting for to begin improving? You are no longer a teenager, but an adult. So if you continue neglectful, lazy, and constantly postponing things, adding excuse after excuse, and putting off the day you will dedicate to yourself, life will pass by while you remain ignorant until the day of your death. What did you think of the video? Let me know your opinion in the comments. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel Motivation Face. Goodbye.